Listen, it's all about peace, love, and light. But see, this is where the enemy, the evildoers, get shit misconstrued. You understand? Just because you're of the light and you're one of what they call God's people, this is not being violent. Okay? There are stories in the Bible, if you want to talk about violence, where God has showed himself to be pretty violent. Okay, let's talk about Noah's Ark. Let's talk about Jonah and the whale. Let's talk about what God did to people for not listening to his will, for not giving him his way. Let's talk about, okay, how he pushed people's shit back. See, the enemy is funny how they'll try to use God's words against him. It's like, look, it's all good. It's all good, but if the enemy doesn't fall in line, you will be removed. That's the message. There are some people that want to wake up. There are some people that are, and then there are some people that refuse and that don't want to. You are the ones that will be eliminated in this cycle. Okay, there is replenishment taking place. You can laugh at that. You can do whatever you want to do with that. You'll be removed with everybody else that doesn't believe that. That's why the work is not working. This season, this is about justice being served. You understand? This is about all the spiritual warfare that you've been putting on his children, the evildoers, the enemies. Thank you. And my ancestors are going to back me up. The truth is, this is about justice. Like, if you think it's about anything other than what's happening, than justice being served, then you're thinking the wrong thing. You're not going to distract God from what he's trying to do. No one is going to distract God from what he's trying to do. The boundaries have already went too far. You understand? That's why this justice card is the first card that came out. It's like, since you can't figure out in your own mind how far is far enough, God is like, okay, then here. Worry about justice. That's what you worry about. The spirit just said, and they're all afraid of going to jail. Right. Since you don't know when to stop. Clarity. When you stop, it will stop. You're not going to beat God. Okay? That's for anybody. You're not going to beat him. So anyway, let's continue this message. It's like, here you are, evildoer, and you talking about, what's not of God. It's like God says, don't speak for me. I've been speaking to you for the longest time. Have you been heeding the warnings? Now that you're under judgment, right? Now that justice is being called out on your ass, now you want to flip the script. That's not spiritual. Where was the love of God when you were committing all those heinous crimes that you was committing? Where was the love of God in you? Let's talk about it. The animals. Listen, they know what that means. God says, what about my animals? Those are not your animals. Those are my animals. They know exactly what that means. God is letting it be known, you don't kill nothing that I gave life to. Since you don't know how far to go, I'll stop you. Justice. You see the reading I dropped this morning? They just finished sacrificing someone's mother, someone's child in the month of September. See why God is doing this spiritual call out? Because there are evildoers, there are wicked, evil people out there that just don't get it. And he's like, look, until it's understood, okay, that God is going to have his way, the same way you feel like you have the right to keep rearranging life and moving, removing people, he's going to keep doing the same thing to you. And he's going to win. Make no doubt about it. He's going to have his way, and he's going to win. You can throw your death magic right after this message if you want to. I'll send it right back to you. You and yours, truly. You understand? Don't tell God how to do his job. He put you here. Why would he need your advice for anything? So right here we have psychic development and new beginning. Masculine energy. Ancient wisdom. Somebody is gaining a lot of knowledge about something. It's like it's the season too. Okay, this is the season to take the blindfolds off, right? Pay attention to where the blessings really come from. Don't forget to look up. You understand? Blessings come from above. They come from God. That's where they come from. Not the graveyard. That's where you go when you die. Teaching. God is teaching a lesson in this season. And it's in your best interest, right? To gain the understanding that you need from what he's trying to teach. And the message is, he's the truth, he's the way, and he's the light. And if you ain't on it, listen, if you're not on that train, you are not going to make it. I understand my assignment. Do you understand yours? What's up, y'all? I'm back. I had to step away for a minute. But yeah, there's a lot of heavy burdens. That's what happens when God tells you to stop and you feel like you don't have to listen to nothing that he says to you. Do you understand? That's what happens when you feel like you can have your way. This is divine timing. Somebody needs to hear this message. I'm not sitting here talking for no reason. Spirit don't have me up here recording this message for no reason. Because this was not my plan. Okay, things are being moved into balance. The lies are being illuminated. The cycle is being replenished. Omens. All that bullshit that y'all running around believing in. Past. Right? Everything from the past is affecting the present. And it's going to affect the future. You know, when you bury things in the ground to curse another, right? It affects the cycle of life itself in general. You understand? So no matter what you think you're directing to a certain person, no, it affects the majority, all of us. You understand? Educate yourself before you wreck yourself. Too late. The ancestors just said, oops, too late. What is that? Illusions. For what? Money. For the love of money is the root to what? All evil. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world, and in the end, he loses his soul? You never gain nothing from the start. You understand? Money ain't going to save your soul. Money is not going to save your life. So it's not worth taking one for it either. There's a lesson being taught here. Teaching. That's what this is. There's a lesson being taught. But apparently there's somebody out there that doesn't want to get it. God is like, I'm going to make you get it. You going to get it? See the truth? See the eagle? Okay. Psalms 91. King James Version. Go read it. It's like, you want to test God's hand? You want to test God's power? Go ahead. You got his attention. Now he's moving. Creativity. Now he's moving from the mess that you created. Now who's going to save you? Duality. Right. The enemy wants to see how much you can take. You know, they want to apply their pressure to see how much it's going to take to break you. God says, well, let me see if I apply that pressure on you. Let me see what you're going to do. Spirit just said they're hiding. That's what they're doing. And we all know you cannot hide from God. Oh my God. Yo, the curtain just fell from my window. The curtain just fell from my window. God is like, no hiding. No more hiding. Come into the light. Remember that horror movie? Come into the light, Carol Ann. He's calling they wicked asses into the light. You were never proving a point. You were raising spiritual warfare. You were making a good God angry. That's all you were doing. God says, give up your wicked ways and follow me. Look at this. They didn't want to follow him. Look at this. Burden. Burden. And what are you doing? What is his people doing? Growth. They're growing. That's what they're doing. Ascension. After all they tried to do to you, after all they put you through, somehow they notice that you're still growing. Because you understand the assignment. You understand that the power is in the light and not the darkness. You understand? Somebody, there's anger. Yeah, creativity. Burden. Masculine energy. There's anger behind something that this masculine energy did, something this masculine energy has done. This man has created a mess. Whoever this man is, he created a mess. The 16th is significant. The 28th is significant. October is significant. 39 is significant. Creativity. Somebody did something to someone, to offend someone. Emotional release. Sacred journey. Okay, God is sending a group of people on a journey, transformation, okay? Feminine energy. It's time to wake up. Telepathically, I don't care what you're talking about. You understand? Telepathically, I don't care what you're talking about. If you ain't talking about coming into the light, I don't want to hear nothing you're talking about. You understand? Okay. Feminine energy, unlimited possibility. Somebody did something, you know, because they thought they were going to have money. Healing energy, movement into balance. Somebody thought they was going to get money. Things are moving into balance. January 20th is significant. 23, forgiveness. Okay. Spirit got a group of people under pressure, but this is divine timing. Interrogation. Somebody needs to heal. Somebody is healing. February. We got new beginnings. Like, yeah, listen. There's a lot going on. And see, this is what Spirit is tired of. Retreat. See, the enemy wants God's people to give up. But no, Spirit is saying this is divine timing. This is not time to fold. You understand? The way through is to move forward. You understand? That you can't run from this. You're not getting away from this. Ascension. Past, present, and the future. Something from the past just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Somebody thought that they were teaching. I'm telling you, the enemy think that they dishing out lessons. And God is like, well, Honor your energy. Now, everybody, listen, God is putting everybody in a place of healing. That's what this is. This is not about clout. This is not about who's better than who. This is about awakening your soul. That's what this is. You can do the spell or you can do the real work, the soul work. To release yourself of this lesson, of this web, Charlotte's web that you tangled yourself up in. Do you understand? 42. Joy. Duality. Forgiveness. It's like, no. God is going to leave them sorry. Before they get any fulfillment, before they get joy out of anything that they've done, God is going to make them sorry. Do you understand? The lesson is not just for you. The lesson is for them. It's for all of us. Death, honor your energy, and money. Somebody's under judgment for taking somebody's life. September, perception. They found out, somebody has a strange way of doing things. There's some new beginning taking place. February, burden. I'm telling you, somebody did a lot, and God has got his foot on this person's neck, and he's not going to let up. You see this struggling? Whoever this is, 32. You know why you're having a hard time to heal? God, Spirit just said, because I warned you. Spirit said, because I warned you, and you did not listen. I warned you. But you wanted what you wanted. Unlimited possibilities. Look, Spirit is speaking. Why can't I heal? Because I warned you. I warned you before you would be in a position of having to heal. You understand? Let's telepathically communicate. Guilty. Spirit says that you are guilty. That's why you're struggling to heal. You were wrong. Past life. Look at this. Let go. Look, come on now. 11:11. Good news is coming. There's good news there, but this is deep. Whatever this is deep. The Spirit says divine intervention. Deep value. Spirit is teaching whoever these people are the deep meaning, how important life is. That's what the trees and the pictures are about. The tree of life. You know who the tree of life is about? Us. We are the trees and life. Of life. You understand? Embrace. You understand the message? It's not about money. It's about valuing life. Life is important. Being alive is important. You understand? So the reason why you can't heal is because you took a life. And God warned you not to. And you did it anyway because it's what you wanted. Moment. You wanted your moment. This moment is intense. Yeah, it is. It's very intense. And the message is really deep. Yeah, because the universe, this is God. Universe and heart. This is God's heart. It's like God is really speaking to whoever this is. Just in case you're confused by this message. I'm the instrument. You understand? Clarity. For anybody that needed whatever's going on with you, here's the enlightenment that you need. Spirit wants to know, are you surprised? Yo, look. Yo, Spirit. I'm about to get up out of this message. I think look, Spirit is like, look, recognize me. Recognition. Look, God wants your attention. Y'all got your attention the wrong way. But look, that's the message. I'm going to leave it right there, and I hope it helped. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Later.